and welcome back to Faith in the Valley with DQ. If you are new here, wherever you are in the world, I hope that you are well and you are most welcome. So, today I have another Faith in the Valley story for you, and I am sharing the words of Marie, who is a woman in her 30s, and she has an unexpected injury which has collided with the demands of motherhood, remote working, and loneliness. But in the middle of all of this overwhelming situation, she found an anchor in prayer. And so let's listen to her story. I hope you're comfortable, and I will begin. Hi, my name is Marie. I'm 36 years old. I work part-time from home, and I'm a mum of 3 beautiful children, ages 10, 8 and 5. Life is usually busy, but recently it became overwhelming in ways that I just did not expect. About 1 month ago, I started feeling an ache in my neck, right down the right side. I brushed it off at first, thinking it was just stress, or maybe from sleeping awkwardly the night before. But then one morning, I turned my head to reach for my coffee mug, and this sharp, unbearable pain shot down my neck and shoulder. I cried out, and for a moment I genuinely thought that something had snapped. After a trip to the GP and had some scans, they told me that I had a disc-related neck injury, and this had worsened by prolonged sitting and poor posture while working from home. I was completely stunned. How could I take time to rest when I still had 3 children to look after, and my husband was working overseas for the next few weeks? There were days I couldn't even lift a pot or a pan. I couldn't twist my head to check on my kids in another room. I couldn't even drive them to school without being in pain. I felt helpless, exhausted, and honestly a little afraid about what was going to happen next. I didn't know how long I would take to heal. But in the middle of all that, God met me where I was. Not in the loud moments, but in the really quiet ones, when my kids were asleep and I whispered out a prayer through clenched teeth and silent tears. One of the verses that comforted me came from Psalms 46, verse 1. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. That part, very present, stuck with me. Because even though I felt alone and I felt completely isolated, I wasn't alone. And that scripture reminded me that God was with me through my trouble. Even though I felt so weak at times, I knew that God wasn't weak. Some days I still wake up feeling stiff. Some days The school run feels impossible, especially with 3 children. But I've learned to take things moment by moment and to give myself permission to pause, to rest and to breathe right through the pain. Another verse that held me was Isaiah 40, verse 29. He gives strength to the weary and increases the power of the weak. That's me, weary but still standing, weak but still held by God. If you're watching this and you're also struggling with healing and with juggling responsibilities of being at home and raising your family, if you're wondering how to keep going when everyone needs you and your body says not today, I want you to know that God sees you too. He hears the whispered prayers. He notices the tears. And he sees those tears that you don't want your children to see. And God is with you, even in the moments when the world doesn't slow down, but your body forces you to move. This is my valley, but even here, I know that God is walking with me. I hope that my valley experience has encouraged all of you as you listen. Well, friends, I don't know about you, but I'm really grateful for Marie's honesty and for her story, and for reminding us that even in these sort of seasons, we can be stretched so thin and we can be pulled physically from the left to the right, and especially among our responsibilities and work and the world. And even amongst that, God is not absent. And so if Marie's story resonated with you, then please do share it with someone, and especially if they're struggling themselves with their own valley experience. And if you're walking through your own valley, then I would really love to invite you to download my 5-day prayer journal and to listen to Whispers in the Valley, which is my poetry and prayer audio bundle. And I hope that these gently help you along your journey, and especially as you heal, and especially as you take your time to navigate through every step which is new because you've never gone through it before. And to remind you, you are not alone. God is with you. He is present, and the valley that you're going through is not the end of your story. And I completely understand what you're going through, because I know that as I travel through my own valley, recovering from my unexpected back injury, that God has been an anchor for me, and so has prayer, and just sharing encouragement with you all too. And so I just want to say that until the next time, may grace meet you exactly where you are. I have really enjoyed speaking with you today and sharing Marie's story, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Until then, take care.